Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday number 102. From Betrayal to the Divine. Question. I was hanging out with a girl as a friend for a while, and then recently we got together, and that felt really good. But one day I saw her with another man, behaving the same way she did with me. Seeing them together really killed me inside. When I confronted her, she reminded me that I accepted her intention to have open relationships. She told me there were a few other guys as well. How do I handle my desire to be with her, but the pain of feeling our sacred space is shared with other men feels like betrayal? I feel manipulated and used. Well, it's sort of the same thing happens. Men do this with women as well. So it's not just one-sided. And you're feeling the sense of betrayal after having an incredible, intimate, sacred space with this person. And then it's as if she just goes off and shares that energy that she got from you in that intimate, sacred space and gives it to some other men. Of course you're going to feel some kind of betrayal. And probably what's happening with her and this idea of open relationships is that in terms of chakras, these energy centers, in order to be totally connected with the divine, you need to have a balanced chakra system. Every chakra needs to be balanced. And in her case, she might have an overactive second chakra, which means it's not balanced and it's not connected. And probably coming from the sense of need for survival, and she's just using her last resources of survival tactics that she has as tools. She's using her sex appeal as if to attract as many men as she can, somehow thinking that she can derive energy from these men and it will help her, give her something that she feels needed. But the only reason why that's happening is because she's also feeling disconnected from the divine. And in your case, you're trapped, or I could say you're hooked, in the sense that you thought that she gave you something. You thought that her presence built you up or gave you something or made you feel really good. And this is where you're deluded. She didn't do anything for you, although when the two energies came together, there is a certain satisfaction. But what's happening for you is you're also disconnected from the divine. What happens is that people, and this is just the human race, this is all of us, we're all under this kind of thinking that in order for us to get by in life, we need to take from each other. And it's very rare that a person can give and give and give and give and not go dry or not die after giving so much. So there's this idea of give and receive, give and receive. So we play with that. But that's a pretty low level of existing in terms of relating to each other. It's sort of like, I'll take from you and you take from me, and I'll take from you and you take from me, and or you don't even want them to take from you. You just want to receive, or something like that. There are some people that are helpers out there and that just want to give. But then that doesn't work either. So there is a whole other way of relating. And it's not about, who can I get to take something from their energy. And I know nobody's really thinking that what can I get from people. People don't really think in those terms. But on a basic level, it feels like that. There is manipulation happening. There is a taking happening, and you are being taken advantage of in some way or another. But there is another way of relating, and that way is you relate to your higher self first. You develop this rapport with your divine self. If you can develop that and feel that you already are whole, complete, and perfect in the company of the divine, in your own presence, and you work on building that, that's a dedication, that's a commitment. Your real commitment is with the divine. What happens is when that's well developed, whoever you connect with afterwards, you're not going to feel the pain so intensely, because your number one lover is your own higher self. And you trust and complete, and you put all of your energy there because it's yourself. And what happens is you're training yourself to see others as yourself. So you wouldn't even be in a position where you can betray others. And they won't be, if they're practicing it, they won't betray you. And if they're still on a lower level and you're connecting with the divine, you will totally have compassion and love for the other because you see where they're at. And if they have to play a manipulation game, then, but you're not going to be so affected by their manipulation game because you're connected and you're fulfilled. And then when you're fulfilled, you have a lot to give. And that's where we want to be. So I don't believe in relationships being the way for fulfillment. I believe the relationship to the divine to be the way to fulfillment. Meanwhile, connecting with the whole world and all kinds of beautiful people around and having great relationships with all kinds of people and friends. But you see them as the divine. And there's the fulfillment is you are always feeling fulfilled. You're not feeling fulfilled only when you do such and such and such a thing with so and so and so and so. You see the difference? It's divine first, and then all others is seen as the divine. But if you cut the divine out, or if the divine is not in the picture, then betrayal is going to be the experience. That's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday. I wish you good luck. My suggestion for you, it's not quite finished, is to end the relationship with this person, and so end your friendship and your intimate relationship, and stay away from that person until you get connected with the divine. When you are fully connected with the divine, then you can see that person, and then you can love them, you can forgive them, you can understand them, you can whatever. But you're coming from a very grand place of ability. Whereas if you're disconnected from the divine, your ability is low. So that work has to be done first. Okay, that's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday. I wish you luck. Bye.